All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about all kinds of things and doing it in real time for just a few of us here, just like you and just like me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you could do that, that would be kind of good. And also, if you want to support this channel, it's up to you. Patreon, YouTube memberships, buy me a coffee, and PJ Rock super chats. All right. Not to give PJ too much credit, but he has reinvented the super chat. Uh, he's the only guy I think. I think I had one other guy do it. PJ, thanks, brother. You're keeping me alive. I was able to put some gas in my tank this week, literally thanks to the people who support this channel. So God bless you all. Ted Nugent is in the news. And why is Ted Nugent in the news? Because Ted is breaking his promise to retire, right? And it's weird because you know how I do like Christian YouTube? It's like classic rock media all is talking about this at the same time. You know how these news people, they have these coordinated things that you'll see on one channel, then it's on this other channel which isn't even in the same city, and for some reason they're all saying the same thing at the same time. What causes that? I wonder if a memo goes out, and aren't they supposed to be unbiased and objective, and we're just reporting the news. I don't know what your problem is. We're just talking. It's just random how that all happened. I don't understand how, people in Toledo, which I use a lot as an example, Toledo are saying the same thing that people in, say, Sacramento are saying about Ted Nugent. Well, um, Ted said that he never used the word retire. And like many of these aging rock stars, rather than doing full blown, huge tours, never ending hotel rooms, and so forth, Uncle Ted is just out there doing what he wants to do here and there. Um, I guess he was talking to the Trunkster, Eddie Trunk. A lot of people say, how come you're going to play again? You said you were going to retire. I've never used the R word. I made it quite clear that I still crave to play. What Nugent doesn't crave are the extended tours. They use the word trek here. I love writers who use the word trek. I don't know why. They just, they, I actually don't. And it's extended treks. Let's look up another word that we could substitute for tour or trip. It's a trip, man. It's an extended trip. With Nugent, it was never a trip because the Nuge never did the wacky tobacco or anything else that was more, shall we say, more intense than the wacky tobacco. According to Ted, I believe him. I think he was definitely not wanting to pollute his body. That's why he's still here at age 76 and he still craves to play. He says, I'm absolutely stimulated. Now, I've never been a fan of saying the word stimulated in public, but good for Uncle Ted by the pursuit of musical guitar adventure. So, with Jason Hartless and Johnny Big and my buddy here, John Coots in Texas, we're going to do a bunch of rockouts in Texas. All right. And he's playing in a state that really appreciates Ted Nugent, right? He's going to be doing this in April and May. So if you're in the great state of Texas, you have the Nuge to look forward to. Full blunt nudity. Also in Michigan and maybe even beyond that. So a lot of, like I talk about with groups of people, a lot of the so called rock media are upset, but they're never upset when these other guys who say they're going to retire and they have, no original members in their band or whatever. They just continue on. Isn't it cool how Kiss is coming back? That's going to happen now. Kiss, of course, has original members with Paul and Gene, and it's easy to be an original member. Uh, if you're Ted Nugent, of course, he's had different bands throughout the years. So, my point being is that it's funny how they're all upset about Ted because, Ted belongs to MAGA world. So they're going to get on, whatever he says, they're just going to get on him for it. It's like, Ted, did you say that water is wet? Yes, yes, I did say water is wet. I know this is a big problem for many. Maybe we should have a debate about it, And again, it's much ado about nothing. Nugent goes out on tour, and of course, he's still not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Will he ever get into the Hall of Fame? Probably not. I mean, it's not just that he's political, it's that he's super outspoken. People in his own band have said, Nugent would have been bigger if he had kept his mouth shut. Much like this channel, right? See how that works? If you play the game, you keep your mouth shut. Don't tell them what you think about stuff, and they'll just send you right to the top. As soon as they find out that you've got opinions on stuff, they're like, oh, crap, he's one of them. I've had people send me messages. Oh, I found out that you voted for Donald Trump. Yeah, yeah. Unsubscribed, loser. Unsubscribed. All right. Hey, yeah, have a great day. Enjoy your life. Please go find something else that suits you. See, my mistake is I've said it out loud. So, if I could just keep it to yourself, man. All right. I've kept it to myself, but I'm at an age where I don't want to keep it to myself anymore. I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. And the stuff I'm more inclined to talk about these days is faith in Jesus Christ, which is even, I guess, more abrasive to most people than talking about Donald Trump. But who knows? And Uncle Ted does both of those things. So this is why he's never going to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He likes Trump, and apparently he likes Jesus. So I don't know. There's not a lot of hope for Ted Nugent at all. But, there is hope for all of us. Yeah. And it is in the finished work of Jesus Christ. So I want to thank a few people who were nice to say, hey, it's cool that you share your faith. Look, folks, the way I see it is we've got nothing to lose at this point. If you've been doing whatever for a while and you're not at least kind of talking about Jesus every so often and trying to work him into a conversation here and there, you would think everybody knows about Jesus, though. Either you're for him or you're against him, right? That's kind of how it works. But time's running out, folks, for everybody. And at some point, you got to make a decision. And I'm not, you do what you want to do. As they say, you do you and I'll do me. And, you don't have to believe what I believe. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm going to go and share it. It's as if I found a lifeline, and I think it's a real lifeline. Some people think it's not. That's fine. But as I've said in other videos, what else is there? You're going to put your faith and trust in yourself. In the media, you're going to put your hope and faith in the media who all reports the same things at the same time. You think they're out for your good and your best interests? No. Anyway, thanks for being here, folks. And Uncle Ted, he's back out there. So if you want to go get tickets to see Uncle Ted, is there a website? Like tednugent.com, probably, something like that. You just use Google. I mean, sometimes it can actually be useful. For me, it hasn't been all that helpful, but I'm at least here. So God bless Google, right? God bless them. God help them. God change them. God make them into, normal people. And sorry. No, they're all great. They're wonderful. What am I saying? Fluffy bunnies. Here they come. Falling off tables. All right. I'll be back. I know this was a really bad video, so I'll be back to do a better one at some point.